to Somewhat Mediocre Outdoors. Today we're going to be going over the Scotty transducer mount, which is a pretty cool system, really well-made system as well, and we're going to be kind of going over how to assemble it and then install it onto a kayak itself. So this unit came with the Hawkeye Fish Tracks fish finder. I spoke with Hawkeye about this mount, and they were actually really excited about it, and they had nothing but good things to say about it, and I didn't really think that much about it because it was a transducer arm and it was a piece of plastic to me. But when I actually got it and opened it up, I found that Scotty really has a well-engineered product, and they manufacture it to a higher quality than what you expect from plastic or molded pieces, and we'll kind of get into the construction of that in a little bit. So this is everything that comes within the kit. This is everything that you'll need to mount to either a paddleboard or a kayak. The assembly work instructions are pretty nice. They go over everything that you need, and it is a pretty straightforward piece of equipment. The material itself, I'm guessing, is an injection plastic molding, and it's really rugged. There's not a lot of deflection when you twist it or bend it or put pressure on either side, giving it a really rugged feel. So I'm going to start at the bottom of the assembly here and work my way up. I'm going to get the lower end of the transducer arm, which has a indentation for the nylock nut here. So line it up, and then I'm going to push it down on the table to make sure it's seated all the way. And then I'll do the same with the wing nut and the screw. Line it up, push it down within the housing. Then we'll take these two pieces, so there's indentations here and then protruding ends on this side. Do the same for the other wing nuts. Push in the screw. So these are going to be used to put pressure onto the arm and then keep it into place. And these are squared so that way they seat within this channel, and you can lock it down on itself like so. So this came pre-assembled, but it does give you an outline of how to disassemble and reassemble it. And we'll also be using these rubber and plastic locking washers to connect this and the transducer arm itself. So you just line up the slots there, line up the slots on the other side, and then what that'll do is that'll create a friction here, and then with retention on either side, that'll keep it in place. And we'll connect it using this screw. When it's tightened, it takes quite a bit of force to move it, and then you loosen it up and it moves freely. So this will be for easily deploying the arm off the body of the kayak or the paddleboard. One thing you'll get when you buy this mount through Hawkeye Electronics is this mount itself, and then this is the screw to mount the fish finder itself, and then it has a nice little GoPro clip as well. And then this works off of a jointed axis here, so you can move it to whatever direction you need. And And this actually just snaps into place onto the receiving end here. And then to remove it, you grab down at the bottom of this collar and you twist. And it slides right out. And then on the bottom here is where it mounts to that rail, which will be on the kayak or paddleboard. So you just line that up, move it down, and then use the body of it to tighten, and it'll keep it in place on that track. So to mount the transducer to the arm, you have the top of the transducer here, and then that bottom post that was on the transducer arm mount. You just slide it onto one another, and there is a screw hole. Now, the Scotty unit didn't come with an attaching screw for this, but when I'd purchased the Hawkeye fish finder, it came with this mount and this thumb screw, so I'm just going to use that to attach that transducer. And the transducer is mounted to the arm, and you're ready to mount the arm to the kayak. But first you need to mount your rail system to the top of your kayak. So figure out about where you want your rail to go, and then you'll use the provided screws and then screw into the body of your kayak. And next you can mount using the lip here on the rail. And then screw it down. Screw it down to tighten it.